These are some of the most disturbing moments ever captured on police dash cam. Let's start with Juan Valdez, who attempted to carjack someone during an intense chase.
Across towards the median, trying to carjack somebody.
On January 27, 2024, in Lathrop, California, officers pursued 40-year-old Juan Valdez, a domestic violence suspect, as he sped down Interstate 5 in a Nissan sedan, unaware that his car would soon break down, but the danger wouldn't. With nowhere to run, Valdez made a desperate move, forcing officers to act fast.
Copy, westbound Bronx, and we have BJ at Bell 21. Just tried to 245 Boy 13 with this vehicle. We're going to be on southbound 5 on-ramp from Ross Road. Copy, southbound I-5 from Ross.
Boy 13, his tire's coming apart.
Copy, tire coming apart. Yeah, foot bailing.
Across towards the median, trying to carjack somebody.
I copy, he's booked in a lane in their seat of covering once the DOT.
He's trying to carjack a victim vehicle, holding on.
Be trying to carjack the victim vehicle. What's the description?
Even after officers caught up to him, Valdez continued trying to hijack the car until he was shot twice.
Get on the ground! Shots fired. Don't move! Sir. Don't move! Bro, why'd you shoot me? Move forward!
Officers rendered first aid before Valdez was hospitalized for his injuries. Upon his release, he was booked into the San Joaquin County Jail, facing multiple felony charges, including carjacking, false imprisonment, evasion, resisting arrest, and committing a felony while on parole. However, what happened next put a trooper up against one of the toughest suspects he had ever encountered. On November 2nd, 2020, Trooper Remington Lively pulled over a Chevrolet for expired tags in Izard County, Arkansas, but something felt off as he approached the driver, Brad Allen Edmonston. Edmonston was visibly nervous, his hands shaking. Although he consented to a search, it was a decision he'd instantly regret.
No. Look, dude, you don't want to tense up, okay? You want to do this the easy way or the hard way?
Bullshit.
Turn around.
That did not come out of my bucket, buddy. I promise you. No.
Step over there.
Call mom right now.
Step over there.
Hey, dude, I don't do
Look.
that shit. No, you ain't doing it.
Look.
Come on, man.
Look, you're fixing to have a real bad day.
Well, look. Just stop for a second, all right? I'm not leaving that in there.
Goddamn you, stop!
Get on the ground. Stop on the ground.
Brad! Stop! Oh my God, you did not just do that. Holy I'm glad I'm recording this shit. Brad, let him do what he's doing, okay? Let him do what he's doing. Brad! Hey! He's purple, you prick! He's purple! His face is purple!
Edmonston was taken to the ground and handcuffed, but even then, he continued to resist, kicking Trooper Lively while refusing to get into the patrol car. Once inside, he claimed to be claustrophobic, said he couldn't breathe, and insisted his shoulder was out of sockets. However, EMS arrived, checked him out, and cleared him before he was transported to the Izard County Jail. In 2021, he was arrested again for selling meth to a confidential informant in 2019, and as of June 2021, both cases remained open. If you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. Trooper Lively managed to subdue Edmonston, but the next officer had no idea what was coming his way. On the night of April 22, 2023, around 11:30 p.m., Patrolman Connor Boyle was assisting a stranded driver in Robbinsville, New Jersey. As he discussed moving the disabled vehicle to a nearby parking lot, an expected danger came dashing toward him.
This one-way sign right there, there's a parking lot right there. We're going to push you right into there, okay?
Turn here?
Yep, it turns in here.
Miraculously, Patrolman Connor Boyle survived the impact, suffering a broken leg, facial cuts, and a concussion. Just 2 days later, he was released from the hospital. Meanwhile, the 52-year-old driver, Rachel Glatt, fled the scene but was later arrested at her home in East Windsor. Already a repeat offender, she now faces charges including aggravated assault on a police officer and assault by auto. Likewise, the next crash was even more chaotic, but this time, it was an officer behind the wheel. It all started on May 30th, 2023 in Little Rock, Arkansas, when officers set their sights on Christopher Monroe, a wanted man with felony warrants for fleeing in Texas and a serious narcotics violation in Arkansas. But the chase quickly escalated, reaching speeds of over 120 miles per hour. And soon, officers would realize why Monroe was so desperate to escape. He had far more than just a few warrants to worry about.
Trying to catch up to the black GMC with the PH player 175 young Information you ran my vehicle. Moving to East 67 south at 22 scratch out. He's doing it.
Monroe was undeterred and pushed forward at incredible speeds despite heavy holiday traffic. But the officers weren't backing down either, as they were determined to end the chase.
Looks like we're going to be going south on MLK. Sorry, I got cut off. I'm trying to catch back up. East on Roosevelt. East on Roosevelt.
East on Roosevelt.
Got it there, got it there.
That's it, roll over.
Get out the door! Left side, left side. Get out the door, you stupid! Put the hands by your back!
Christopher Monroe was arrested on the spot, and a search of his vehicle uncovered 436 grams of cocaine, 100 grams of meth, 89 grams of fentanyl pills, 64 grams of ecstasy, and a Taurus handgun, along with over $8,600 in cash. He now faces multiple felony charges, including trafficking fentanyl and cocaine, possession of narcotics and meth with intent to deliver, felony fleeing, aggravated assault on law enforcement, and simultaneous possession of drugs and a firearm, charges that could put him behind bars for decades. Monroe walked away from the crash without a scratch, but the next suspect wouldn't be so lucky after what the officer did. On May 30th, 2015, in Allentown, Pennsylvania, officers stopped a vehicle linked to an armed robbery. Among the passengers was Hector Medina Pena, a suspect in the crime. He complied and surrendered, only to be brutally attacked moments later.
Here, what's the location? And over. And where are they now? Looks like it's off because of Auburn. Careful. Medicine.
Medina Pena had already collapsed in pain, and despite him showing no resistance, the officer also slammed his knee into Medina's head on the ground with full force. He suffered a fractured jaw and lost several teeth. Paramedics arrived after he lay motionless for several minutes, and he was hospitalized for 3 days before being taken into custody. He later pleaded guilty to robbery and was sentenced to up to 10 years in state prison. Following the incident, Medina Pena filed a lawsuit against the officers and the city of Allentown, alleging excessive force and a cover-up attempt. Eventually, the city agreed to settle the lawsuit, paying him $160,000. Up next, a suspect stole a police cruiser and tried to escape, only to meet a far worse fate.
Good sticks. We got up 10.
On the morning of June 20th, 2023, Colorado State Patrol troopers were called to assist Otero County deputies in pursuing a suspect who had opened fire, caused multiple crashes, and attempted head-on collisions with other vehicles. Troopers eventually stopped him using a pit maneuver, but what happened after he was secured in the patrol car was genuinely shocking.
191742.
Sheriff 210-4, I copy. Serial number, returning clear boat, no record.
Suspect just stole a CSP patrol car. He is eastbound, high rated speed on 50.
The suspect, Anthony Alfonso Sanchez, managed to slip out of his handcuffs, steal a marked Colorado State Patrol vehicle, and take off. Officers immediately gave chase, deploying stop sticks along the road. While he skillfully avoided the first few, one caught him off guard, bringing the pursuit to a devastating conclusion.
Okay. Switch, Candy. I don't have vehicle. Where's the keys? You got the keys in it? I don't have a vehicle. Where's the keys? Good sticks. We got it. You got the keys in it? Good sticks. We got it.
You alright, sir? You alright? Yeah, just jarred me.
Sanchez sped over the strip, disabling his vehicle and causing him to lose control. He crashed into a big rig and spun onto the shoulder. Officers pulled him from the wreckage. He was conscious, but suffered a severe head injury. He later succumbed to his injuries at the hospital, but fortunately, the truck driver was unharmed. While Sanchez was already beyond saving, the following young suspects had a chance to surrender, but they refused. Unfortunately for them, the officers were even more determined.
He's losing control. Creek, bail, bail, bail! Okay, stop, bro!
On January 11th, 2024, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, officers spotted an SUV linked to an abduction. When they attempted to stop, the driver fled, leading to one of the most intense chases of their careers.
In pursuit of that Kia Sportage, Lincoln William Boy 169, Iowa plate. Wanted for the abduction, still south on 45. Coming up to Glendale, through the yield at Glendale.
Still south on 45.
Still south on 45.
Coming up to Congress.
Coming up to Congress.
Yeah, they go east or west.
Coming up to Congress here. He's losing control.
Creek,
bail, bail, bail!
Okay, stop, bro!
After the crash, the passenger took off running, thinking he could escape, but he had no idea an officer was right behind him.
Up now! Turn around! Turn around! Do not reach for stuff. Anything. Do not reach for anything. Keep your hands up. I'm gonna get you out.
Both officers were unharmed, while the 17-year-old driver and his passenger were arrested. They were taken to a hospital for treatment, and officers recovered a firearm at the scene. Criminal charges were later referred to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. The next case is a chilling reminder of why drinking and driving is never a good idea.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
On March 10th, 2023, officers in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, pursued a driver who fled a traffic stop at high speed. The suspect, 36-year-old Courtney Dixon, was heavily intoxicated and linked to a disorderly conduct incident. The sheriff's deputy deployed stop sticks, slowing Dixon down, but he continued to flee. Officers eventually boxed in his vehicle, forcing him to stop. Rather than surrendering, Dixon locked the doors and guzzled a bottle of whiskey. What the officers did next caught him entirely off guard.
Show me your hands!
Can you get around to the front part? Can you get around to the side? So you good?
Tried to keep the dog right here by tapping on the window.
Right? Yep. Go for it.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
Crawl across the car for me. Crawl across the speed.
Alright.
Very good shot. Ready?
Hands up.
Dude, I'm not ready.
You're gonna get tased if you don't get out of the car.
Stop for a second. Hey,
Keep your hands up.
come on, come on, I promise. Get out of the car and get tased. I'm not gonna touch you. Get out of the car. Okay.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Fire's clear. Just keep the dog in there if you can, because obviously we don't want to.
Courtney Dixon was charged with felony fleeing, eluding an officer, misdemeanor resisting and obstructing an officer, and disorderly conduct. His cash bond was set at $15,000. Remember to share your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and watch the next one.